All right, hey traders, TG Watkins here. It is January 29th when I'm recording this, and this is after FOMC day. Not too bad. It was a little bit of movement out there, but not too bad. And as far as today's action goes, I was expecting the market to pull back today, get some weakness, mostly because, let's see, get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So today's Wednesday. On Tuesday, the market bounced. On Monday, we know the market went down a lot because of the DeepSeek news. So we got a bounce and we're kind of coming down here and we're really just trying to do this. The best way that I've been explaining this to the subscribers is I think FNGU actually helps kind of demonstrate this. If you go back and you look at the FANG stock ETF back when we had the yen carry trade debacle. And you can see we had the market running up like this, and then the yen carry trade thing came down like this, and then we bounce and we bounce, and then we have to kind of just settle out. So imagine like a tuning fork or something you hit and it vibrates. There's a lot of swinging as a lot of things get moved around like this, and eventually the vibrations kind of calm down and they start coming back together. And you can see it's kind of like this, like big move up, big move down, and then the oscillations start to get a little bit smaller, and then they start to engage, and then we finally start to get our direction. And if you look at that as far as the SPX for basically this week or last week into this week, it feels very much like that. We had a big move up off of the CPI after a 7-week pullback, and we had a big drop from the DeepSeek thing, and then we have a bounce from yesterday, and now we're just trying to kind of find our equilibrium before hopefully going the next direction, which I'm leaning towards bullish. The market still looks pretty good out there, and I think that news was just kind of isolated for a couple sectors, and so that's what we're looking for. And that's why with today, I expect a little bit of a pullback and some softness. That's what I alerted out to the subscribers yesterday, and now this is actually looking pretty good, because if we zoom in on this, what I see is that this just retested the low area from Monday. That looks, as far as this holds, as long as this holds going into the rest of the week, that looks good. If it wants to probe a little bit lower, I might have to reconsider some stuff and then go from there. But for now, I'm looking at that holding, and we'll see if we can continue to kind of move up from there. And if you want to see some other areas that have, well, let's do the fancy one, OKLO. The nuclear names that also really got hit on Monday have come back, and this is what I was talking about over the weekend, or this week rather, saying that we need to let the dust settle and see how this is. And you can see that we have come back, and this looks like it is now starting to kind of find some equilibrium. This was just a really big pullback and a dip, and now we're right back up. So these are actually looking pretty good, and we got back into a few names in this area. So I still think, based on what I said on Monday also with that long video, I think that the nuclear names are still, I think the theme is still there, because look, we're going to need more electricity in the future. We're trying to get off fossil fuels. This is our stopgap measure until renewables. I think that the nuclear thing is still there. Maybe it got a little ahead of itself by going up here after the Trump press conference last week. And then the DeepSeek news kind of helped calm that down, but you can see that they are still kind of right back on track. So yeah, we got out break even. We got back in on some of these names. Kind of take your pick. I think that some are better than others, of course, but the whole sector seems to be doing well and most likely going to keep moving. So overall, I think things are still tracking. We have been adding positions. Like, I keep looking at all my lists here, and there are more names to be trading than I have money for. So it's a good problem to have. In fact, I'm looking at a list of about 8 names that are all basically doing the same thing. I'm seeing pullbacks that have been pulling back for the last 2 months, starting to find some support on higher time frames. And on the daily and hourly charts, I'm starting to see double bottoms and positive Moxie divergence. So yeah, I'm inspired. I think things are looking fine. The market's basically doing what I want it to do. And if we look at something like the IWM, again, after FOMC, we had a nice little dip right there, and you know what? This looks pretty constructive to me. So as long as these things don't just throw themselves off the cliff, anywhere in here as they base and eventually resolve to the upside, I think is going to be good news. So I'm pretty happy about this. Monday was a bit of a surprise, but after that we're recovering, and yeah, things are looking pretty good. So we loaded up on a few more things, and I'm still looking forward and pretty excited for where this market's going to be going, because yeah, I think it's still great. Okay, I hope you guys are doing well out there. Remember to come on over to the Moxie room. Oh, and let me show you one more thing. I'll start talking about this. I'm going to be at the Las Vegas Money Show February 19th. That's going to be my thing at 2:45. If you guys are there, hit me up. I'm going to be there Monday afternoon, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So basically every day. And it should be a fun time. Vegas is always pretty fun. So come hit me up. Otherwise, you can come there and see about the breakout small cap plays for Trump era that I'm going to be talking about and see how that all plays out. All right, guys, thanks again, and we'll see you soon. Hey, TG here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like or comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my market analysis. Or you can join my free newsletter with the link in the description. Good trading, and I'll see you at the next video.